Hello everyone, time for a chess game. Now let's see if I can actually play better than I have been playing lately, which is I've lost almost pretty much every game, at least these rabbit games that I have played at Leeches. So okay, I have to probably look at what to do. D4 to do there. Bishop B5 might be an idea, but bishop to D7. D5, no. I think I'm going to play bishop E2 so that the other light square bishop doesn't have all that many good squares to which it can go. Bishop D7 at the moment is the only square for it. So E6. Well, okay then. Now I want to play knight f3. Castle and go from there. Yeah. Will I be able to get something done in this game? I do hope so. I mean, if I lose this game, my rating undoubtedly goes down quite a bit. So, of course, I should not think of such things during the game, but instead concentrate on the moves. Where should I go with the bishop? I think f4 might be the square to go, but then knight takes d4 is possible. So h3 and bishop to e3 or d5. h3 of course cover the g4 square so that the bishop can go here and not be harassed by the knight, because I want to hang on to my bishop pair unless there's a clear reason why I should not do that. I think my opponent should be quite a decent player, so this might not be that easy. By any chance, in any way, so bishop e3 and continue with my plan just to maybe play queen to d2. Put rooks in the middle. Kind of boring maybe, but I don't really want to commit to either d5 or e5 just yet. So okay, now my opponent does that. Might go to bishop d3, but the same thing. Knight b4 might be annoying there. And playing a3 seems silly. So should I just take it? No. Well, playing e5. Knight e4 Not sure if I like the looks of that position either. Might actually go for this. Maybe with the idea of f4, or just to recapture with the knight. And try not to make any unnecessary pawn moves. Okay, well, I'm okay with that, so like with this guy, knight takes, perhaps, but if I have any edge, it's quite small. Huh. Knight to d5 now. Well, if I move the bishop... In this case I probably don't want to move the bishop. I could actually take the knight, but that of course opens up the light squared bishop, which I may not want to do. I may allow my opponent to take on e3 actually. This bishop is not so great at the moment. So I think I will play queen to d2. And maybe actually take back with the queen. Well, nah, actually probably with the pawn. If knight takes e3. I think I might have messed this up a bit. Yeah, okay. Take with the pawn in order to open up the f file for the rook. And get the pawn on d4 a bit more protection. f5 of course is a thing opponent wants to play. So whether go with the knight, probably to f2 and then to d3. Going here with the knight didn't really look right, since the knight doesn't have all that many good squares after that. Probably bishop here and then trying to play f4 might be the idea that my opponent is going for. But in case of bishop g5, knight to d3, covering the f4 square. No, not at all what I was thinking of, so I'm still gonna go to d3 with the knight. Maybe want to take here, but of course bishop takes might be an option. Really? Let's go like this, eh? Okay then, so knight f4 I think. Will my opponent actually go g5 there? seems a bit risky, perhaps. However, if not knight f4, then my opponent will play play f4. What about knight to b5? I wonder. I shouldn't use this much time, but then again, maybe I should. Provoking g5 is not something I actually desire to do, so I will do this for now. And see what will happen there. Kinda want to trade my knight to this bishop, though it doesn't seem likely to happen. So is rook f3 a move? There, queen to h4. But that move might be a bit risky one. So maybe knight f4 here. Not sure why. Maybe I want to play d5. Or perhaps bishop to c4. And go after the pawn on e6. Well, taking with the pawn seems better, so that may start bringing pressure to the backward pawn on e6. Think next rook a1. Well, in this case of course not, but and knight has to go here. I mean, it doesn't have to go here, but it's probably the best square for the knight. b5 might be an idea for my opponent. Try to kick the knight once more. Okay. Let's do this. Play bishop here. In order to go away from the... I mean... free up the square e2 for the knight. Okay, so that. Knight e2 might be a thing. And of course after knight e2 c3 is an option. It's quite likely that my opponent will play knight a5 after bishop b3, but I still think this is mandatory. Or perhaps a5, but there I could take on b5 perhaps. Yeah, a5 doesn't seem likely. Move to be played. b4. Well, d5 doesn't work. Weave of b takes c3, so I mean this is the move I wanted to play regardless, so nothing all that important has happened. Maybe in my okay, that is in preparation of bishop a4, trying to take here and win the pawn. But I think c3 here. And go about the problem this way. If b takes, queen, I want to go here. And if possible, of course, keep the bishop here and try to get some pressure to the e6 pawn. And after the pawn protects the d4, then I can more freely move my pieces again, which is very important. Okay, will my opponent actually want to play the pawn forward since that happened? Maybe in some situations, but for now I think queen here. Just to get away from the same file as the rook. There might be some tactics there which I want to avoid. Not sure which tactics there might be, but or okay. What about playing d5 now? d5, pawn takes, bishop takes, pins the knight for sure, but there's maybe no good discoveries with the bishop after that, so that the rook might take on d7. Maybe the situation like this is the reason why my opponent played king h8. So a4 is coming, probably. Which means I might want to get away from that and play bishop to c4. Yeah, this might seem a good idea. Maybe go with even to b5. Well, I could have maybe played bishop a4. I kind of wanted to threaten this, I mean keep the pressure on d6, so well, I think knight to g3 is possible. I think I will try to double my rooks to the e file. Get my queen perhaps to e1, my rooks to e3 and e2. Then I might have something here. What about playing bishop b5? Actually. In some cases it looks like a good idea. I might be able to use the pin on this diagonal to my advantage, and as long as I can keep my opponent from playing e5 and safely, then well, it's certainly possible. So should I take the bishop? I certainly shouldn't use this much time, but kinda want to win for a change. Taking the bishop doesn't seem like a good idea, so bishop c4. Yeah. Maybe knight c6 back, trying to get a draw. But I'm not interested. I will go rook here now. And get even more pieces into attacking e6. Maybe not here, but it would be unnecessary. Okay, take some c3, finally. Pawn takes c3 and rook to b8 might be a possible move. Yeah. Guess I'm going to follow my plan. Rook e2, follow it up with this rook here. Yep. Might even maneuver knight f1 to d2 here. Yeah. That seems like a good way to go. King g7. Knight d2 to f3. Maybe to go to g5 with the knight. Yep. Still looking quite good, perhaps. So h6 prevents knight g5. What now? Might need to shift focus into get my piece on the B file instead. Doesn't seem that I can win the e6 pawn so easily. But I might get some play on the B file. Yep. So rooks may be exchanged. I guess rook here, but rook b7. In that case, I should really stop doing that, but okay. So rook b7. Maybe follow it up with bishop b5 and trying to, well, bishop there works too. Rook back to b2. I assume bishop here back. If nothing else, I've been able to well, do something. To see that my opponent is interested in a draw. What to do, what to do? Queen somewhere, but where? Maybe do this. Bishop b5, queen to c4. Go from there. Try to get the... or win the a pawn perhaps, or the c pawn. And of course, being down so much on the clock isn't a good sign, maybe. Okay. So let's see what this accomplishes. Maybe nothing. So in case of knight here, I might go queen here. So that if my opponent takes... Okay, never mind. I'm gonna do this. Force the issue a bit. Now the knight situation has to be resolved in some way. Most likely knight b8, but that's not guaranteed, obviously. So I should have a position where I can just move around and try to improve without my opponent actually being able to do much. At least it seems like it at the moment. Will it remain in that condition? We shall see. Huh. That's an interesting alternative. And yeah. So bishop takes here, rook takes, queen here. And I should win the a pawn. I don't see how my opponent can actually... Well, e5 there. But then queen takes a7, wins. Maybe. I think I have to go for that move. I think this works. But e5 might be a bit scary in some situations. Because it's probable that my opponent will get a passed pawn, protected passed pawn. Well, actually, if e5 had been played, I would have probably just taken the queen and then taken the pawn, win a pawn that way. Now queen takes a5 and I should have a relatively easy game, maybe. Now I actually might jump to e5 with the knight. The idea of this, of course, is to play rook here. Will I play a4? Maybe I will. a4, if rook there now, then queen somewhere, probably the b4. I mean, I have to go to b4 at that point in order to keep everything safe. So 2 minutes 37 seconds in the clock. I might need to play whatchamacallit. I mean, I have to rely on the increment maybe soon. This should win a second pawn. I think because rook here is not an option. Because I will just take it. Knight here is not really a thing. Knight takes d7, so the rook has to move, but where? Maybe the b7 doesn't work either. Rook takes b7, knight takes b7, queen c7 check wins. I will take the c6 pawn. And apparently be forked. assume I just play this and then take this rook if he takes here. Should have of course seen the fork idea, didn't. So okay, now we reach the endgame, which should perhaps be easily winning for me. At least I think it might be. So okay, that sort of thing, I will just take it with check. Which actually loses a pawn. Why did I want to do that? Who knows? And now queen takes here is possible. T. Now I just need to force a queen trade and this would be an easy win. Okay, queen here, check. Queen check again. Just up a pawn. I'm not sure if I can win this. Because I think there might be a perpetual check. Either way. Well, can't even check here, unfortunately. So I will take and check here. Now, can I win this? The answer is probably not. If I play queen e8, then queen here check, king here. Either it's a perpetual or my opponent can take the c-pawn. Well, I can't think of anything. Oh man. Have to play a draw. Unfortunately. Wow. Well, good game. Anyway, let's just look at the game. So the analysis has gone through and like it's I mean, I should have won this game, obviously. but somehow just couldn't really do it. I mean, our 7-pawn advantage seems completely messed up the ending there. Okay, 4 inaccuracies, 3 mistakes, 0 blunders. My opponent. 5 inaccuracies, 4 mistakes, 0 blunders, so in that sense, well played, but yeah. So let's look at the database and how long we followed played lines. So D6 played over 465,000 times. Truly tested even on this side. So D4. Most common, knight of 6, knight c3, and knight c6. Still quite often played, over 2,000 games played, but clearly the most played move, g6, over 72,000 times it has happened. Knight c6, and then what? Bishop e2. Not that often, only 52 times. Knight f3 being the most common. Okay, then e6. Now the lines are quite rare. e5, the most played. e6, then knight f3. Bishop e7. Okay, so this transposed into something that has been played more often. Bishop e7. Still in the played lines. Castles, castles. h3 again, most played. And then bishop to d7. Never played before. Wow. Except that this position has arisen before. So the analysis shows the bishop d7 move was an inaccurate move and d5 should have been played. And well, similar position might have been reached in the game by a different move order. But of course I didn't go that at all. Bishop e3. No, still this doesn't. So this game does not seem to count on the games that are put here in the database, at least not yet. d5 once played. And then knight to d2 and we jumped out of played lines. Yeah. So instead of knight to d2 I should have played e5, it seems. Yeah, I don't really care for these sort of closed positions. Okay, this was okay, and well, queen d2. Probably better to take the knight and not allow the bishop pair to be exchanged off. So it thinks that black is now slightly better. That very rare time that happened in the game. So f5, knight f2, and now bishop g5, the move I anticipated. Let's see what the analysis thinks that should have been played. Interesting lines, not that I would have played like this though. I would have probably played knight to d3 before. Try to hinder the possibility of f4. Okay. This seems a bit odd perhaps, but of course the knight moves out of the way of the rook and the rook attacks the queen, so in that sense this is a possible move and not give up the bishop. Okay, in the game, bishop b4, d3, it seems rather reasonable moves played by both players for quite some time. Maybe some very inaccurate moves, but or small mistakes maybe. And b4 seems to have been probably losing had I played the proper response to it. Bishop e8, knight e2. Yeah, this sort of stuff I anticipated in the game. So b4, knight e2. Bad, and I should have played knight here. Oh yes, to go to the c5 square. It's... well, I should have thought about the move a bit longer when I played my knight to e2. Just followed the plan, but even though, I mean, I should have realized this opportunity. It would have made things easier. What? Well, maybe I might have actually taken... no. Taking the pawn was bad, because rook takes d4 there. Moving this queen like this doesn't seem like a good idea, but what do I know? It's okay in the game. Let's see where my advantage started to be significant. Rook e7. Should have played a4. Well, and not the knight maneuver that I did in the game, but so where is the knight headed? Probably e5, but I still may have... Well, may have preferred the other knight maneuver. Yeah. And this should be good for black. I mean, okay for black. Sure, the pawn extraction, all that sort of thing. Being symmetrical and quite even, actually, yeah. So, rook fe1. Starting from this point on, the analyst really likes what I did. But where did I mess this up? So, I mean, queen to d3. Even after that, I should be doing quite well, but bishop, I mean, rook here was better than what I did. Yeah, sure, maybe. However, knight takes d4. But I guess knight takes d4 or even pawn takes, and it doesn't actually work. I get two light pieces for the heavy artillery, meaning the rook. So, and king h8, bad move. Okay. But even this should be good for me. So, another bad move, but I guess even this would not have helped. I mean, this would have been much better than the line that was played in the game. Well, okay, it doesn't actually matter, these moves. Knight b8 and queen takes c7. I guess if takes here, takes here. But let's see now. At this moment I was almost certain that I was going to win this. But I guess it seems I can mess up any position. So where did I actually go? Completely hopeless. Queen d8. Should have played queen c6, but queen c6. Queen check here. If I go here, then this happens. So king f2. Queen check again. Actually, yeah. Indeed, have to be careful. King f2, have to check here. Can't check here anymore because of queen f3. So my incredibly poor technique made this game into a draw. Unbelievable. I never should go into the queen and pawn endings. Or when I do, I should at least play them better. So okay. Oh man. Thank you all for watching. Until next time, bye bye.